I am Big Sherb.
Yeah. What's going on, everyone? So this is episode 121, and this is called Westbrook's Birthday Wish. If you don't know, there's trouble in Houston. Houston, we do have a problem, and that is...
You've been waiting all week to say that.
Word. Yeah, but you know, pretty much.
He was giddy.
Pretty much. But it seems to be you got two tandem MVPs, and they're really not feeling each other right now. Or they're not feeling, not so much each other, but the direction that the organization is going in.
But, Joe, are you surprised?
So, I am a little surprised. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but I am a little bit surprised because of the friendship that they have, right? I thought it would have worked because for your friends, you kind of put your ego aside, right? And you got two guys who are former MVPs who can possibly win a championship if they just dial their game back, right? Sometimes less is more, right? So, but neither of them want to do that. While Russ had a good season, averaging 27 and 7. I mean, he had a quadricep injury. He had COVID coming back into the bubble, but we'll touch on that a little bit before. Before we do that, though, I want to talk about Bruce Arians and Tom Brady because it definitely seemed to be beef.
Must we sit here and talk about this false goat?
Yes, because he's still in the game.
He's still in the game, man.
If the man retires, we'll stop talking about it.
I mean, probably not, because we're going to compare like other quarterbacks.
I ain't comparing nothing to Tom Brady.
He ain't no Daniel Jones, right?
we really
we got that win, though.
The Giants did get the win.
You see, we got that win.
Did get the win, though.
I don't even want to hear about the Eagles' stats and what made it possible. I don't want to talk about it, Sherman.
I got to look at that stat sheet from that game.
I'm telling you, he played bad.
Nah, I don't want to talk about
Carson Wentz played like garbage.
That's an irrelevant point.
Play that garbage. He's been playing that garbage all year.
What was Daniel Jones' numbers, though? That's what I want to see.
I didn't watch that game. There was no need for me to watch that game.
We should have went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
True.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah, we should have celebrated. Why are we even here?
No, because we have something to
do. I mean, it's the middle of the season. Why we celebrating it?
We have something to do. That's why we here.
But
I'm always going to celebrate a big blue win.
I bet you will.
Because I have to. I have to take them all as I can.
But, so Bruce Arians seems to be, and he's a stark contrast from Bill Belichick, right? Because everything that Bruce Arians does, it's less out in the media. Where like Belichick, he kept it in house.
Low key.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure your head coach, your star quarterback is going to take from that, right? He's going to kind of adopt that same mindset. Right now, Brady ain't too hot on Arians.
Well,
right?
Brady was never low key. Like Belichick was low key, but
I think Brady was low key. You don't think so?
Brady was not no goddamn
Brady.
What the hell you been watching?
Brady wasn't throwing people under the bus like that. I mean, he wouldn't go to the front office and be like, "Yo, pay my wide receivers." But
no, he would go to the front office and say, "Yo, get this goddamn quarterback out of here. I'm still the quarterback." That's why things in
I
San
get
Francisco
that,
now.
but listen, when you win as much titles as you have, you get the benefit of the doubt. I don't care if you're on your last leg.
People that don't even know what a quarterback is know who Tom Brady is.
Right.
That's how you know he's not low key.
That's true from those UGG commercials.
Hi.
My mom be watching football like, yeah, they're gonna go get a rebound, right, with Tom Brady. Like that's how high key Tom Brady is. She don't know what the touchdown is, but she knows who Tom Brady is.
Dang.
There you go.
Okay. You telling me he's a transcendent player? Don't tell that. Look at Sherman.
I'm saying he's loud.
Look at big. Oh. I mean, I hear you.
For no reason.
Transcendent. Get the fuck
come
out
on, man. He the greatest quarterback of all time.
Shut the hell up. He's not no goddamn.
Who the greatest quarterback of all time? Dan Marino?
Ain't him.
It's not him.
Ain't him.
Dan Marino? Peyton Manning?
Listen.
I think the greatest quarterback of all time plays right now for the Green Bay Packers of all time. Of all time.
He has the numbers, but see, this is where I hate it because he don't have the rings. And furthermore, the reason he don't have things, like I keep saying over and over again, the front office is just sabotaging him.
Yes. Week 8 trade deadline passed and came and went, and they didn't give him any weapons.
Nothing.
Any weapons. Not even try to go after Antonio Brown, right?
Well, Antonio Brown wasn't going to go there.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's like if you want to win it, people forget. Packers was in the NFC Championship game last year. They were 13-3, and then they drafted his successor. That was ultimate disrespect.
But look what happened. They got destroyed in San Francisco. And they said, you know what? We got to shut it down.
Yeah.
we're gonna start the steps to shutting down Aaron Rodgers and get him out of here.
But
Yeah,
why?
just because you made it to the
though?
playoffs doesn't mean like you had everything you needed.
No, but he went to the NFC Championship game, and then people was writing off Rodgers. I know we're getting off the topic a little bit. People was writing off Rodgers, but you went 13-3.
Hey, listen,
like the Jets wish they had that problem now.
Listen, the Minnesota Vikings went 15-1 in '98. I think it was '98.
I hear you.
And they lost.
I hear you.
To Atlanta.
I hear you. But what I'm saying is, with Rodgers, you always have a chance to win a Super Bowl because he literally can put the team on his back.
But honestly, from that perspective, the coaches could have seen something that we didn't.
True.
It could have been like he may have gone 13-3 this season, but if you look at the stats, if you look at the numbers, this may be the last time he does that. And it's time to start preparing for the next season.
Right. But are you really going to bet against Aaron Rodgers, really?
That's
Do you
what
see
I'm
what he's
saying.
doing this year?
No, but that's the problem. If you're
nothing?
in the career, if you're on the field, you don't get to just be like, he's doing great now, let's just hope it keeps happening. You have to prepare for the day that he doesn't.
But he's 36.
He's still got time, 4 years.
Yeah, he got like 4 years of great football.
Yeah,
left.
but that's just 4 years. In those 4 years, you can start building his successor.
I mean,
listen, lightning can't strike 3 times.
And
it can strike twice.
Just in case he gets an injury he can't recover from, because that's just 4 years.
Yeah.
His successor's already there.
I get that, but you know how you protect Aaron Rodgers? You get him a good O-line, and you get him guys, you get him weapons that allow him to get the ball out his hands quickly.
I've seen quarterbacks with a good O-line still get injured.
Yeah.
It's not foolproof.
Listen, it's better.
And a good coach is going to be prepared.
And now, as we speak about good coaches, a lot of people don't think Bruce Arians is coaching this Tampa Bay Bucs team well right now.
Which I agree.
That's why they're saying, oh, he's leaving Brady out to dry. No. I told Cheyenne when you wasn't here that time.
Shit.
My bad, bro. I had
We're
to say
talking behind your back.
everything's
all good.
Everything on camera.
It's all good.
But I was telling her, BA ain't gonna hold his tongue for nobody. You understand?
Yeah.
If you play like shit, you play like shit.
But this is what I want to say with that, right? BA and Tom Brady fundamentally have 2 different styles of spreading the field. Brady's methodical. He likes check downs. He likes dink and dunks, right? Especially at the age of, he's 42, 43. He's 43. He doesn't have the strength in his arm to keep going downfield. Bruce Arians last year had Jameis Winston, 30 for 30, right? Yep. Who all willy-nilly listen. What was their record last year? What, it was like 7-9?
9.
7-9 the Bucs were last year.
Which isn't okay.
No, it's a losing record.
It's less than 50%. Yeah. But the problem is that you go from Jameis Winston to Tom Brady. Bruce Arians like big arm quarterbacks, right? Jameis Winston was great for that. But the problem is it wasn't enough, so he went in free agency, right? And you got Tom Brady.
Free agent.
So you go out and you get Tom Brady, right? Or he falls out of heaven in your lap, whatever. But what I'm saying is this, is that you have to understand the strength of your players. And I think it was like what we were talking about last week. It's like Bruce Arians wants to implement his style and not necessarily go with the strength of his star quarterback.
What they have done is simply put the New England system in his offense and just throw away BA stuff. Because, first of all, Tom Brady's throwing javelins. For all you fools out there who keep saying Tom Brady got a strong arm, I've never seen a strong arm quarterback go like this. Like he's throwing a goddamn javelin. He's losing arm strength. Every time.
But of course he's losing arm strength. You know how long he's been in the game?
I understand it, but I hear fools out there sitting there saying, oh, look at the arm strength. Look at those big time throws.
Because they're delusional.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Listen, I agree.
He's throwing.
They want to believe he's still who he was when he got.
But Brady was never really a strong quarterback like that.
I'll give him.
But he definitely isn't now.
Wait, I'll give him credit for this. He had a strong arm when he first came out. He was spry, 22, and he was throwing deep. Listen,
most of them do.
Listen, when you're throwing the moss, you gotta have a strong arm.
Shoot, I got a strong arm. I'm 24.
That.
Damn.
I get that. Ooh. I get that, man. I mean, the thing is just. I don't like the way Bruce. Because right now Tampa Bay. I don't know. They won. They won. So they're 7-3, right? Mm-hmm. You're not bad. You already have won as much games as you did last year with Jameis Winston, right? So my thing is, and I know Brady's a competitor, so it's a way to rile him up. The same way like drafting Jordan Love kind of riled up Aaron Rodgers and got Aaron Rodgers playing pretty well this season, right? My thing is that you got to let Brady be him because he won Super Bowls. Right now, you see, like, the question is always like, yo, who needed who more, Belichick or Brady? Right now, it seems like Belichick needed Brady more than Brady needed Belichick. And with Bruce Arians, who's the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Brady's not even playing his style of football, and the Buccaneers are sitting at 7-3.
They changed, like I said before, they changed the system to fit Tom Brady. They brought,
obviously,
they brought all that New England stuff down there and said, listen, check it down. Check it down. Yeah. Quick passes. Let's keep it simple.
And the amount of weapons he has is ridiculous.
But against their kryptonite, the New Orleans Saints, Marshawn Lattimore had Mike Evans' ass on lockdown. Yeah. So, and it can happen again. Yeah. It's happened 3 times already. It can happen again in the playoffs if they meet.
So you heard what Arians said about Brady, though. Arians
what was said?
Like,
what did they say about
Arians
the boy Prince?
Was like, yo, Mike Evans was open a bunch of time, and then the one time he was talking about was a 3rd down play. He Brady tried to force feed Antonio. They should have gave it to Antonio, but instead he gave it to Gronk. Now I get it, that's your tight end, you're more comfortable. But Bruce Arians seems like
you're on a whole new team.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you, but this is Bruce Arians' criticism of Brady, and I think it's kind of unfair.
It's not unfair. You gonna go out there. He making the game plan. You got to execute the game plan. Yeah. If you can't execute the game plan, some of it's on the coach, some of it's on the player.
I agree.
Honestly, Bruce Arians is a seasoned coach. He knows what he's looking at, and honestly, if he says Brady threw a poor throw, Brady threw a poor throw.
No, I get that. I'm not saying Brady.
We can't boil it down to but like Brady, he's the GOAT and he got a strong arm.
That's true.
And he's working with a different plan. And he would have made it if he and the Bucs need to do that. No, like Brady had a poor throw.
Yeah, he did. He's
throwing javelins.
I'm not making excuses for him. I just think
he's playing the wrong sport.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. I mean, I'm not making excuses for Brady. What I'm saying is I think Arians is a little bit harsh, especially when your team is sitting at 7-3, when all you won was 7 games last year.
I'd be harsh if I was him too.
It's coaching.
I get it.
You're a coach.
I get it.
But the moment you get soft, your players get soft.
Yeah, I get it.
Period. Like.
Well, let's talk about the next thing. All right. So
javelins, people, and for all you goddamn big-time TV people out there who keep saying he has a strong arm, what was the javelin he was throwing against New Orleans last week? What was the javelins he was throwing against New Orleans last week?
He was throwing mad javelins.
Where's the ball? He's throwing javelins.
He's throwing like this. Ball going swirling in the air like a damn duck.
Stupid, man.
He threw 3 picks. No touchdowns.
He's trying to deceive you from the weakness.
He ain't deceiving shit.
To see if he was throwing straight.
There's kryptonite in there, baby. Don't worry.
I hear that.
They're going to find him again.
So I want to talk about something that the Rooney Rule just basically, they kind of updated the Rooney Rule. So the Rooney Rule is basically, organizations have to at least interview one candidate, minority candidate. They changed it recently to 2 minority candidates for head coaching positions or top coordinator positions and 1 top executive position. This is a way to kind of diversify the NFL. Obviously, the NFL is comprised of 75% black males. So it's kind of ridiculous when you look on the sidelines that they don't have men from the game from yesteryears kind of coaching, right? Like, you would think, like, all right, who's best to show me better than the guy who did it before me, right?
But you also have to call in the question, are these guys, like, trying to be interviewed? Like,
so that's the thing, too. Obviously, we look at Kansas City. Offensive. Yeah, listen. He got that offense playing at a high level. He's definitely supposed to be a head coach next year.
He should be coach.
He should be.
He should be a coach in Houston, period. Point blank.
Oh, yes.
Period.
Well, right now, Romeo Crennel is the interim head coach for the Houston Texans. Texans is currently sitting at 2-6, so that's
that's not working.
2-7. They lost today.
Yeah,
goddamn. All right. Well, we need to get. Well, to be fair, Romeo Crennel is also 73 years old.
But you know who didn't lose today?
Are you kidding me with this Danny
Duncan? Oh my goodness! Here we go with this.
And you know what's so sad? They're a game out of first place. That's the mind-boggling thing about this whole damn thing.
NFC leads, baby.
That's how the Giants work?
NFC leads,
oh, my God. This is so bad.
That's how we work.
They come in wild card and they win a Super Bowl.
Slide into the playoffs. Nobody thought they would be up there.
I'm sorry. I see the look on your face.
If that was that would complete 2020. If the Giants was to win the division,
COVID season, baby,
and
Giants
win the Super Bowl, that's 2020 in a nutshell.
COVID season, baby.
It's possible. Yo, this shit is possible.
It would be crazy. You never know. Danny Dimes may just have a little change in his pocket.
That's how the Giants do it.
Let's get back on topic. We're sorry.
Okay, so, and then obviously we also have Leslie Frazier from Buffalo, who's the defensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills, who got Buffalo playing some stout defense this year. Who should also be a head coaching candidate for the following season. So basically what happens is that NFL organizations, owners are incentivized to basically groom these minority coordinators or executives, right? And they get a third-round draft pick. So let's say if Eric gets hired next year, right, by the Houston Texans, right? What happens is then Kansas City will get a third-round draft pick, right? And then let's say if they have a minority executive and Eric goes to the Houston Texans, they would get two third-round draft picks. So how do you guys feel about it? I mean, I appreciate the incentive to get more, black people in these top coaching positions. Because obviously we see it working with Brian Flores, right?
Of course.
I know the Chargers aren't doing too well right now. They're sitting at 2-6, but that's okay.
They're snake bitten.
Yeah.
That's all.
But how do you guys feel about it?
Honestly, this is something that most jobs already do. The only difference this is in the press.
Yeah.
Because it's such a big position.
Yeah.
But like any job you apply for, from retail to corporate, this is something that's already done. You're required to interview minority applicants.
Yeah.
It's a requirement because you need to look like you're not racist.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And this has been going on for the league for years. Like Mac, there's been a lot of coaches who've been passed over for coaches that have done nothing or next to nothing or been special team coaches in the slightest. Eric Bieniemy, to me, I thought after the Super Bowl was going to get a job for sure. And then Matt Rule gets a job in Carolina. Where the hell did that come from? Joe Judge.
We're looking at Matt. Don't forget Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia's sitting there failing
mediocre
still.
As fuck.
Even though they won today, they're still mediocre at best.
Yeah.
But this thing's been going on for years since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Watch it. Black head coach being passed on. Lovie Smith, who finally got the Chicago Bears to a Super Bowl. Tony Dungy, they got to the Super Bowl. Man. They got their teams to, so it can be done. Why? We all know why.
Yeah.
It's an elephant.
Well, there's a lot of nepotism and.
Come on.
At the end of the day, it should just boil down to who's the best person for the job.
But it's just like how long it took for the black quarterback to get on.
And you see they busting on the scene like
now
ain't
look.
nothing else.
But there's nothing to be afraid about. You're supposed to break bread with everybody. That's how I always feel.
I mean, you should.
You should be able to break bread. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter about white, black, green, whatever. If you can coach.
If I own a football team, the people I want running that team are the people that are best to run that team. Right. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. I want to know that you have the skill set to take me to a championship. Yeah. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, and I get that, man.
And if you're passing on quality coaches simply because of the color of their skin, you don't deserve to be in the game.
But you know what? I think a little bit of it has to do, like, right, so it dealt with like black quarterbacks first, right? It's just like, do they have the intelligence to read defenses? Like, we know they're athletic, but a lot of the questions was, are they intelligent to read defense? And I know the quarterback that suffered a lot of that was Donovan McNabb, right? Because there was time. Go ahead.
But even before McNabb, you're correct about that. Yeah. There was Warren Moon.
Yeah, Warren Moon, yeah.
Warren Moon played in the CFL for years. Yep. Couldn't get a chance.
Yep.
If his numbers were to translate to today's NFL, he probably would be, it'd be Tom Brady just now or Breeze just now breaking his record.
Yeah.
But they left it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But to your point, just give them a chance. Let them show what they can do.
Yeah.
But as they always say, you always got to be like top tier or you're nothing when you're the black athlete.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're like average, you're next to nothing.
You have to work twice as hard to get
half what they got. That's true. That's true. So I'll list you the name of the head coaches right now. There's only 5, right? If you count Romeo Crennel as well. So you got Mike Tomlin, right, who just broke his Dungy record for the most wins, right? Dungy record was 141. You got Brian Flores with the Dolphins.
Doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, doing a really good job, right? It doesn't look so bad with that Ryan Fitzpatrick thing now, right?
I told you.
We were talking about that 2 weeks ago.
Told you.
Anthony Lynn for the Los Angeles Chargers. Romeo Crennel, who's an interim head coach for the Texans.
Right.
And then you're sitting with Ron Rivera for the Washington football team. So we're talking about minority head coaches. I think for a league that's comprised of 75% black men, I think they need more of that authoritative figure from people that look like them. So I think it's important that, you know, I mean, people not going to like it, right? Because they feel like it's a handout. But you look at guys like Brian Flores, you look at guys like Mike Tomlin. He's probably one of the most successful coaches in football outside of Bill Belichick.
He is the most successful coach.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the problem is, it is partially a handout. It is.
Yeah.
Partially. But it's also going to force teams to give coaches a chance.
Yeah.
That have the skill set to build a winning team. It forces you to be like, you know what, he is the best person for the job. Yeah. Now I have to hire him. I can't discriminate against him in this position. I have to hire him. But it is also giving somebody potentially giving somebody a position that you don't really think they should have. Because you think the white coach is going to do better, but you can't hire him because this is a better look.
Which one of Phil Simms' sons about to get another job in the NFL?
I don't know.
But that kind of goes to what Cheyenne's talking about, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like you can't. The more interviews that they are forced to do, these owners, right? To me, it's all about that second look, right? Because now you see, all right, well, shit, Brian Flores is doing good. Shit, Mike Tomlin's been a staple. The Chargers, they turn around next year with Justin Herbert and see what Anthony Lynn is doing over there. You see what Ron Rivera is doing with the Washington football team, even though they're abysmal in the NFC least.
But they're still in it.
No, they are. But what I'm saying is the more opportunities, and it's going to start on the assistant coaching levels, right? And then they become the top OCs, the top DCs, and once they, you know, get out of those positional coaching positions. But listen, I think the rule, I'm fine with the rule. I wish we didn't need the rule, but it's to a point that it's so disrespectful that there needs to be something implemented. You know what I mean?
It's sad.
And owners got to do a better job of just not making it seem like it's just off the checklist. Like, I have to interview this person. Like, listen, there's quality guys, and
give them a shot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So give them a shot. So I'm definitely cool with that. But the next thing I want to talk about, and that's what the episode is about. What does Westbrook want for his birthday? If you all know, I'm a huge Westbrook guy, right? You know, listen, I love him, but these past 3 seasons, especially when he was in OKC and his 3 exits in the first round, wasn't too happy with that. Obviously, I had to look back and take a look at Russell Westbrook and be like, what were you really about? Right? So my thing is now, he got traded, right, for Chris Paul. They gave up 4 first-round picks, right? 2024, 25, 21, and 2026, right? So you got Russell Westbrook. You think it's going to work because him and James Harden, they grew up together, they best friends. If anybody will take a back seat to one another, it'll be those two because of their friendship, right? A season later, a COVID NBA season later, Russell Westbrook is asking out of Houston Rockets. No longer want to play with his friends now. I feel like that has something to do a little bit with Daryl Morey's departure. I also feel like it has a lot to do with Mike D'Antoni not being there and Stephen Silas being picked up. Now, Stephen Silas been an assistant head coach in the NBA for 22 years, right? So he has a longevity in the league, right? But when you have a guy like James Harden, especially when you add a piece like Russell Westbrook, I feel like it's all about winning the championship, right? Like they were number 4 in the West last year, which ain't really bad if you think about the teams that's in the West. It's not really bad. You have a puncher's chance to go and win a title, but it's not working. So there's a couple destinations that may be attractive for Westbrook, but there's one destination that I kind of want to talk about that people aren't really talking about. People actually have like the top tier destinations are Knicks, Hornets, Orlando. These are teams that need some type of star power. Westbrook just turned 32 years old. I know he had quite a few knee surgeries, suffering from a quad hand. He had an injury. this past COVID.
Don't remember the injury?
Yeah, I forgot. Quad strain.
There you go.
So obviously, you know, he's getting a little older, right?
Right.
And 32, you know, in basketball. Now everybody LeBron James, so they're not gonna have that longevity, right? My thing is, where do you feel like is the best fit for Russell Westbrook? And is he about winning a championship, or is he just about averaging another triple-double for another 3 seasons before he retires?
You know, Joe, we've been doing this show for a while, man.
I know. And I've argued about Westbrook for so much.
I tried to tell you.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Hustle Westbrook.
That's why they call me Ghetto Negro Donis.
Ghetto Negro Donis.
Who calls you that?
I don't know, man.
but as Joe know, I've been able to predict these things.
I feel you.
Without it even happening.
It's crazy.
Before it happened.
He does do it. He did. Was one time you said the Wizards wasn't going to win, go to the playoffs, and me and Q was like, nah, they got John Wall and Bradley Beal. And we was like, oh, they didn't make the playoffs.
And John Wall was building that wall with all that money.
Yeah. Oh, listen. So that's actually another trade destination that they're talking about, but I think that swap is ridiculous.
What trade?
So they're talking about, because obviously he has an albatross contract, right? Russell Westbrook, who's another point guard that has an albatross contract.
Okay, but wait. Who are they talking about?
John Wall.
The trade?
The trade.
Wait, the swap.
The swap. It would be a swap.
Swap Wall for Westbrook?
Yeah.
Ooh.
To me, it doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because Wall is a true point guard. And alongside James Harden, Wall is not a shooter, right? Obviously, Harden does combo guard duties, and he needs the ball in his hand. So it wouldn't work, because it would be like you would get a better passer, but James Harden's not willing to play off the ball. For Westbrook, I would say this, and this is a team that a lot of people not talking about, right? If Miami's on the Giannis sweepstake for next season, it's great, it's fine. The problem with that is Giannis may not necessarily go to Miami, right? But you do have a chance in trade assets to get you a Russell Westbrook, and I'll tell you why. We watched just this playoffs, right?
In the bubble.
In the bubble, where Jimmy Butler had played 2 phenomenal games. Triple-double, right?
Historic
a 35-point triple-double, and then he came with a 40-point triple-double. Right, but he was gassed. And they lost in 6. But you know who don't get gassed? That boy over there in Houston. So my thing is, you have the trade assets. Goran Dragic is coming off the books, right? Goran Dragic is coming off the book. He's 35. And Goran Dragic was the top scorer in that series against the Lakers, right? But obviously he had
against the Celtics.
Well, he was the top scorer in the playoffs for the team.
Got you.
For the team. But the thing is, we saw what Jimmy Butler did and how tired he got. The one thing we know, Westbrook don't get tired, right? So, and Westbrook could give you a triple-double every night. So, if Miami's as closest to they was winning a championship.
So, that means they got to give up Tyler Hero. They got to give up Duncan Robinson.
Yes.
And they got to give somebody else.
So, you would give up. So, because what's-his-name contract comes off the books.
Who?
Dragic. So obviously, and then you could give up Iguodala, because I think Iguodala was making 17 mil, right? And then with some mid-level exception, and then if the owner is willing to go, you know, in I guess in the red, yeah. Well, he's the president of basketball operation. I would say this: if you got a real shot at Giannis, I get it, but you get to pair Westbrook and Jimmy Butler for 3 seasons. And we saw what Jimmy Butler was able to do against the Lakers. Imagine having Westbrook with that, and then all you got to do is provide the Heat with shooters.
We say this all the time.
Yeah.
But every time Westbrook hits a team, the team dissolves.
I get that. You're right.
It just dissolves.
Yeah.
When his natural team was Oklahoma City.
Yes.
And when they had the big 3, they traded James Harden for whatever reason.
Yep.
And then Westbrook gets traded to Houston to reunite, and you're thinking everything's going to be hunky-dory again. I said to myself, this ain't going to work.
I thought it was good, man.
No, it wasn't going to work. Yeah. You can't be running around with the AAU NBA national team, and then you're going to beat LeBron and them.
Listen, I'll tell you this. You don't think Miami could use that 27-7?
But how many turnovers he's going to give you, too?
I hear that. But at
least you tell me this all the time.
Listen,
and every year it comes down to turnover.
I feel like,
and look what's happened all those years.
You know what's the problem in Houston for Westbrook? Westbrook wanted accountability, and he felt like the front office wasn't giving that. Right?
You just got there. What do you mean?
Yeah, but you know, Westbrook is a creature of habit. There's reports Westbrook is a creature of habit, and he didn't care for how Houston ran their system.
And so that's why they said they're sunk.
But if you got a guy like Pat Riley, and you got a guy like Eric Spoelstra, who's respected head coach, right? And you have Jimmy Butler, who I feel like Russell Westbrook and Jimmy Butler's more on the same wavelength of attitude than James Harden.
Okay.
I feel like you can win a championship with that team. At least you'll come out the East like they did, right? But
so they challenge Brooklyn?
Okay, yeah, I forgot Brooklyn is, yeah, maybe not. But I think they can. I think they can. What I would say, though, is that the way it works this time is surround Westbrook and Jimmy Butler with shooters. So you get another Tyler Hero or you get another Duncan Robinson, and then you solve your problem.
Yo, those are two young studs, bro.
I get it. I
know everybody say, oh, Tyler didn't do too much. Yo, when Tyler was cooking, he was cooking.
I get it, man. I get it. I hear you. I get it, but you can get another shooter in the draft. You can.
The draft is so uncertain, bro.
I know, because of COVID.
Especially this year.
Because of COVID, I know.
Come on, bro.
Because of COVID.
It's going to be okay, Joe.
Okay. I just want Westbrook to win a title for you. Because he's still my dog, bro.
I hear you.
He's still my dog.
He got to stop turning over the ball every goddamn time.
I feel. Listen, on that note, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another dope episode of Let's Be Real. If you have any questions and comments, make sure to hit us up at lbrstalk@gmail.com. Make sure to check out the Facebook page where Big Sharon does a great job of posting dope content in between episodes. Make sure to check out our Instagram page, Let's Be Real Sports. And
wait, tell them.
What happened? Tell them what?
This is it, my friend.
Oh yeah, so yeah, my bad. I thought I was gonna be here next Sunday doing another episode. My bad.
Go solo.
Outside the studio like, hello?
Yeah, but yeah, all right, so yeah, this is the last episode until about like January, February.
We'll be back playoff weekend.
We'll be back playoff weekend.
Wild card weekend, if there is one.
This should, yeah, because of COVID.
Yeah.
You never know, right? But I definitely want to thank all you guys for tuning in during the whole season. It's always fun doing these episodes. Shay and Big Sean, they do a tremendous job. And
thank you.
Our producer Lance, who's the man, and his birthday is coming up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so
and we'll be back to see the Giants in the wild card.
Oh, no,
my freaking God.
Stop it. But it was definitely a great time. Make sure to go check back the episodes, and yeah, we'll be back in next year.
Hold on. Yeah. To my people, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, because if it wasn't for y'all, we would not have this for y'all. For y'all watching, for just tuning in and listening to my lisp, listening to my annoying voice. Listen to me berate Tom Brady, and I'll still do it all the time. I thank you so much. Thank you, sister. Sister Cheyenne, I thank you.
Oh,
again.
Yeah, I knew I did say
Sister Cheyenne, I thank you so much for coming on with us.
I thank you for having me.
Word.
And Brother Joe.
Oh, you already know, man.
Another year in the books. We keep moving, and maybe by next year, we might be in another studio again.
Yo, listen.
We're moving on up, always.
You know what I'm saying?
But with that, we out.
Peace. Light up.